City Police giving some of the credit to more enforcement against fare beating. But as New York One Transit reporter Dan Reveley explains, that crackdown is getting some pushback from some members of the MTA board.
We are encouraged. We're making real progress.
The head of the NYPD's Transit Bureau says the crime and disorder in the subway system last year is now receding. After 2022 ended with more crime than the previous year, 2023 kicked off in the other direction, with subway crime down more than 21% compared to the same period last year. Part of that, Transit Bureau Chief Michael Kemper told New York One's Rochelle Boone Tuesday afternoon, is due to the renewed crackdown on fare beating.
Over 97% were released on the scene with a civil summons, nothing criminal. It's the 2 to 3% of people that aren't released with the civil summons who you should be concerned about. Those are the people that are have active warrants for their arrest or in possession of weapons.
They've made a causal connection between fare evasion and violent crime, which doesn't hold any water.
MTA board member David Jones has been critical of the way NYPD officers enforce fare rules, finding it concentrated in low-income neighborhoods. Riders who beat the fare make up more than 13% of subway trips. In January, arrests for fare evasion nearly quadrupled to 344 compared to the same month last year. The number of summonses issued for fare evasion jumped 85% to more than 10,000.
Not to say I want people to fare evade. It's not appropriate no matter where it is. But there's a need for equity here, that if we're going to have a major push against fare evasion, it has to be in every part of the city of New York.
Many MTA board members argue fare evasion needs to be a priority because turnstile jumpers cost the agency $500 million a year in lost revenue. Meanwhile, Kemper said the NYPD is also trying to address misdemeanor crimes, such as assault, that concern riders.
We are up for the year, but there is encouraging data also. When you look at the February numbers, misdemeanor assaults are down.
What is helping the NYPD get a handle on subway crime? The state funding overtime shifts that let the NYPD put an additional 1,200 officers in the subway each day since fall 2022. It's been almost a year since the MTA convened a 16-member Blue Ribbon panel on fare evasion, and an MTA spokesman says their report and recommendations will be released in the coming weeks. Dan Reveley, New York One.
And one other transit note, full-time cleaning